Hi everyone, my name is George and this is my very first video where I'm actually narrating, and I wanted to at this time give you a little bit of a layout tour because I know my layout's not finished and it raises a lot of questions about what's going on with scenicking and work and how far is it going to go and what's this layout's about. So I just thought I'd run through the layout and let you see everything that I have so far and talk a little bit about my plans for the future. The layout itself is 9.5 by 26, and it's sort of built on a display more like a store display, sort of a retro vintage store display you might see in a department store or maybe even in a Lionel showroom, but of course not as refined and perfect as they would have done. But here we are in the front. This is the city area, and I've collected a bunch of buildings here and organized them in a way that I think I want them to stay. There's a pop-up hole here that I need to have to get in for wiring and moving things around and working on the structures. And I don't really have a lot of space in the front, but I'm trying to squeeze it all in and keep it organized in a way that it looks somewhat like a small city, large town. This will be another shelf unit here. Will display my MTH Rail King graffiti subway set, which I love, and I went to college in the city in the 70s and I rode those trains when they were around, so it's kind of a fun thing for me, something that's close to my heart and something that I really enjoy from a railroading model perspective. As we move around the city, we come into a semi-industrial area. It's a busy little spot. It has the Railroad Express Agency, and it has a lot of trucks and traffic, and there will be a lot more equipment and things on the sidewalk under the trestle. There'll be boxes and barrels and all sorts of things that make this look like a very busy industrial sort of area. Underneath on this side, if I move back, you can see that there's storage, train storage. It's a little primitive, but it allows me to keep some trains out of the boxes so I can quickly grab them and put them on the track. Now the next area was an area I worked really hard on, and that's the big bridge. And you can see it here, like the sort of global view of it. But as I move close, you can see the bottom of the trestle. This will be an area where there's just abandoned things, shack, cars, maybe parts of trains, things that have been left when the new trestle came into being and cut off those areas from traffic. And down below is my under the bridge rock area with water. And there's a tugboat here. There will be a dock here. So that'll carry a load of wood that will, of course, be going to the tugboat for transportation somewhere up or down the river. And then as we move away from the bridge, we get to the tunnel portal area. There's a small construction company here. They have piles of dirt and ballast. I've shaped those piles out of foam. I haven't quite finished them yet, but just a little construction area to fill that space. And then we move into the mountainous area, And this mountain is modeled after winter, as I wanted to have a little snow on the layout somewhere. All the trees were foraged from bushes and trees that were in the neighborhood and in the woods. I carved all the rocks myself out of foam, and you can see the rounded area of the display. And then the mountain is actually rounded as well. It goes all the way around to the other side. Sorry for the pole, but the poles hold up the house, so I'm kind of stuck with them. This is an access point for trains. I made it look like a train trestle, or excuse me, a train portal, but it's actually just so I can reach the trains when I need to. Coming around, more mountain, and then there's just this little vignette here with the coaling tower. I love this structure, and I had this little bit of space, so I wanted to create just a little display. It doesn't really have any function, but it's just kind of a cool thing to do in a little space. And then we move around to the other side of the tunnel entrance, and my mountain work continues here for a little bit. And then you can see it transitioning to the bulkhead with a icing factory. My controls. This is the control center, the nerve center of it all. And then back to the bulkhead area with just a little bit of scenicking still at this point. Gas station. A bridge area for traffic, which will continue over the tracks eventually, but for now I just wanted to get it in place so we could have a little bit of scenicking fun. And you can see the transition from finished mountain work to work in progress to actually the basics, where I have the plaster sheets and the foam core cut out of the mountains that will be melded together and then painted and scenicked. And then we get to the dark side of the city. That's what I like to call it. This will be a little bit more industrial, or maybe more commercial, not quite retail. We have a train station here, which will have a platform and snug up right to the edge of the track eventually. Down below, we have more storage for trains. Again, this is really helpful for me to grab stuff and put it on the track so I don't have to open up boxes. And then circular return to the city front. And there's a long view of this side. You can see the whole side of the layout. And then moving around, there's the long side of this layout. Over here I have just an area with toys and things I collect, and a few trains, along with a work area for my graphics if I wanted to cut things out and put them on the layout. And then trains in the background. There's trains everywhere. Trains over here, trains in the back, trains here. And this is it. So I hope you like it, and I would love it if you would give me a like and possibly send me comments of what you think. And that's it for now. I hope everyone has a great day, a great week, and a great summer. And look forward to hearing from you all. Take care. All the best, George.